Man, what's up, everybody? And of course, this is your man, G.I.Mo, aka Non-GMO, and I am with.
I am the Blue Phoenix. Hi, everybody. And you are now tuned into.
Both sides of the coin. So what's happening, Phoenix? How was your week?
Man, I
has it
am
been so
over here
far?
fighting with my headphones, fighting with this damn table. Other than that, my week is fine. How was your week?
Yeah, man. Other than that, just cooling. You dig? Just trying to beat the heat. You dig? Um, trying to avoid Africans and driving. Small Spanish women.
Oh my gosh.
That are little that are little in big ass SUVs that's trying to sell carnitas and um, 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 um,
Did you find
all
it?
types of food out the back of their trucks and shit. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid them. That's it for sure. So what?
Sorry.
Okay,
I want to
okay,
ask
okay.
you
All right. Yeah, get a
a
world that. Yeah.
question.
Mm.
Get a world what? Get a, what we giving the world? I say we'll be giving the world. Okay, so quick question. You guys, as men, have great relationships with each other, right? And even if you have a falling out, you're able to deal with those problems and become relationships. The question that I have to us ladies, but you may know a few reasons as well, is why don't women connect with each other on the as far as friends on the same level that men do?
Oh wow. Okay, so let's unpack that. First and foremost, women fight more than men do, and
And oh well, yeah, because Rock had a video. I forgot about that. I didn't know if he
okay,
pulled it
this
up,
is the
but this
video.
is
Let's go ahead and do
yeah.
that.
So to me, the camaraderie, Ryan, that I always had with men, particularly black men, that was the first obvious insertion I put into this guy. I injected it like heroin. I'm a guy's guy. I can't erase it. Every dude who comes up to me and goes, "Yo, my girl loves you, homie. Can I get a picture?" I always say, "You don't love me? You don't love me? You gotta love me first. You the king of your household. Yeah. She can fanfare me. My girl might fanfare the three of these men. But the man's gotta rock with the man. Women are brighter, stronger, smarter, quicker, but every smart, stronger, brighter, quicker woman in here would all raise their hand in agreement, listening or viewing this podcast and say it is factual as to what Omari's about to say, and here's the about, that unfortunately, as bright and as quick thinking and as strong and as more powerful than women are, they still interpersonally between women don't rock out the way that men interpersonally rock out. 100%. They just don't. And all the smart, strong women would go, it's true. So I had to first insert that. Like I
All right. So what did you get from that, Phoenix? Before I eat the
Well,
plant.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree. Now you mentioned about us fighting. We may argue. Some some are physical. Some women fight physically, but for the most part, most women don't fight unless they're like in middle school, high school. You have a few sprinkles of grown-ups fighting, but for the most part, we don't fist fight. We don't go physical. So I think honestly, if we did solve our problems in that way, sometimes, hey Angel, um, we might be able to deal with each other a little bit better. But instead of us solving our problems physically, we either argue or we try to block. Some women can be scandalous and malicious, and so they go behind each other's back doing things. Or some women can accept what another woman is telling them, and they refuse to look at themselves, and so they cut each other off. it's a lot of reasons why women don't have long-standing friendships. I have a couple of long-standing friendships that I have had over 20 years, but we are close and we may go without talking for a year or two, then we come back and we talk. But that's our friendship. We've never like fist fought or anything. But I have had friends that lost touch because they didn't agree with something I said or um, didn't like the fact that I corrected them on something. So
I think that when it comes to the slight differences between women and men, right? Now, I'm not going to listen to Pretty Boy. I really don't think he has anything to say. He didn't really say anything. I was listening. Why would he want to know if a dude loves him? That's first and foremost.
yeah,
as far
that
as a
threw me
man is
off at
concerned.
first.
You are eye candy to women. Men don't give a damn how much your hair curls. And I always say this, is that our sons look at us like, I'm going to try this nigga. Like, I'm going to try him one day, right? So, if I could bring up, if he was available, I would bring up the founder of the Light Skin Coalition, because he would have to be taken out of our bunch, because he's thinking about the wrong things. So let's talk about the fact that women, right? Y'all are way more, how can I put this softly? That y'all are way more confrontational than men are for the most part. Because with women, y'all never think of the consequences. Because y'all throw the laziest punches I've ever seen in my fucking life.
What?
Y'all kidding? Y'all no. You laughing, but y'all do not. Y'all don't want to kill each other. Like, y'all want to kill each other, but it takes a car. It takes multiple times to fight. It's not as deadly as when men lock in with each other. So therefore, y'all like to argue, bicker. Y'all like to do womanly things. For men, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I'm walking away. They're gonna get the gun. You know what I'm saying? Or it's gonna be a straight up brawl. And it's damn near to the death. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate for us. It's in us. It's not on us. It's in us. You know? So we're more capable. When the gangsters was talking back in the day, I remember my father and them telling me stories about things, situations that they got into in the pool halls and stuff like that, Northeast and all that stuff. And we have to think a little bit harder than y'all do. See, a jab to your face from a female is slow. You can project it. They're going to pull hair. They really don't want to get rid of you. But a man to a man wants to eradicate. And remember, I told you, we can walk through a mall and every man in that joint that walks past us is judging us. How do I eradicate this dude just in case he's a threat? Our mindsets are different. You don't think anything is a threat to you. Not one woman out here thinks that their life could be cut short. Y'all drive like your life can't be cut short. You wear magnetic
I knew that was gonna come up.
You wear magnetic eyelashes like your life can't be cut short.
Like it can't go on the eye.
Y'all do so many weird things to y'all bodies and never think that your life can be cut short. But a man, at least a wise man, see, we're dealing with this younger generation that are not wise, right? So you can't really tell them nothing. But the threat of death for us on a daily basis makes us solve things a little bit differently than women. Y'all don't think of expiring. The only thing y'all think of is natural causes and, things like that. But for a man to lock in with another man that might be bigger than him, to lock in with somebody that you know is dangerous as a man, that know that they're a gun toter, you step a little bit lighter, you know. And so almost it almost forces, and this is like the recent generations. I'm talking about people that are 35 and up. 30 and up. I'll give 30 and up. But we have to figure these things out, because every word that we call another man, if we call him a bitch, a hoe, we tell him SUCKIDICKs, it is detrimental to our health. And y'all have no form, shape, or fashion of consequence. You hang around women. You have people that you know that don't think about consequence. And so therefore, that's the reason why men are able to solve more problems collectively. That's the reason why the government is run by men, because women are too emotional. And so if you challenge a man, you have to know that this is detrimental to your health. And most women don't understand that. I digress.
So then, because of this understanding, was it like a form of respect in a way as to why y'all can look at each other and want to kill each other, but you decide not to? Or, like with your friendship, say you guys fight. And a lot of times, if you notice, even in school, if you will fight in school, you'd be cool maybe a couple weeks later, if not the next day. How does that work? Is it more so, like I said, respect, or just the fact that you understand it's not working?
So, like I said, probably 35 and up to my age, and older, there was such thing as a fair one, right? So a fair fight would be, you know what, we got bad blood. We're going to have to club each other until, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That is something that was instilled in, like, these earlier generations. Like, you would become friends after a good fade, as they like to say on the West Coast. A good fade. You catch a good fade, you got to respect that, man. You know? It's no different from, have you ever watched boxing? So when it comes to boxing, you see bad blood in the beginning. Press conferences, they might be selling a story, they might be really mad at each other, but the more you endure as a man, the more we respect you as a man amongst men. As far as women is concerned, a lot of y'all harbor bad blood, point blank period.
Yep, hold it right there. Carry it, keep it going. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. As far as ladies are concerned, where does it come from? Where does the vitriol, and how does it stay there?
I don't know. Gotta prove yourself. You feel like you better than this person, and that's a lot. Sometimes women that have, there's a lot of women that hold on to shit that's bitter and stuff, but it's either because we feel like we're better than the other person, or they think they told them something, so you got to prove them wrong. Just one get back. It's like a lot of petty stuff as to why women can't be friends. And I used to be one of them women who never really hung out with girls, because I just felt like they were just too much. It was too ratchet. They were too busy. They would just do too much stuff. And I was the laid back, chill girl, so I always had male friends. And until I had a couple of friends before I met Nick Ainge. We met in 6th grade, and we've been friends since 6th grade. But me and her were very much alike, and we, to this day, still talk. But But before that, it was just the girls do too much. And now sometimes the women do too much. That could be one of the reasons. It's just
Crazy enough.
yeah.
This goes into a deeper topic, but we're gonna stick on the fact that most fights amongst women never end in death.
No. Very rare. It's very rare.
Correct. But it lasts forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
I'm listening.
no, I was about to say like forever. To the casket. Yeah, bitch. You should have never it's ridiculous.
Right, right. What I'm starting to see is that amongst these youngins is that because they've been raised by their mothers, that they hold on to a lot of beef a lot longer than what we used to do. Once you get the fair one, you get knocked out, whatever, you can fight him every day. You can fight a man every day. But eventually y'all gonna team up and just be like, you know what? You got heart. You got this, you know. The only time I ever see women team up is when y'all are after us. That's the only time I ever see women unite, is when they're against a front of masculinity
And that's
and
unfortunate,
testosterone.
but that is so true. We do, come together. You mean, but not. It's not if we're beefing. If we're beefing, no. Well, I'm gonna say for the most part, yeah. If we're beefing, no. But like you said, if it's to go against you guys, oh, you're gonna get the whole crew and then some.
Mm-hmm.
And they coming with pitchforks and flames.
Right.
That's
So
true.
that same energy that y'all have to unite against a man and what he may have done to you, and or I've seen women team up when a man sleeps with two women. That is the mutual respect that men have for each other, but we throw it in fisticuffs, as people would like to say back in the day. Actually a badge of honor for a man to fight and get that shit over with. I think that's the reason why politics are still ran by men, and that there will never be a female president, because y'all are too emotional. Because outside of this United States of America, all 50, there are men who look down on you. And to be diplomatic as a woman is not within y'all. It's emotional. If he catches you on your period, menopause, anything, hormonal, anything can happen. There can be a level of disrespect. And here we are as men looking at you. We already look down on you. You are the weaker breed physically. Not going to say mentally, but physically. You are the weaker breed of human beings. And that is the reason why politically y'all have not moved forward, because of that same attitude, because y'all hold grudges. And you will sacrifice everybody but your own in order to maintain power. Y'all will bust moves in order for you to feel supreme, when men have to actually go out there and bite that goddamn bullet themselves. So yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works for us mentally. So the reason why we eventually start getting along and moving forward is because we know that there are two powerful forces. I can't say recently, because my God, you got RICO cases left and right. You got guys, these rappers out here, they are really living their lies that they tell, and they feel like they have to be reality rap. But that was just something that we dealt with, and women have never had to. Y'all have never had to deal with that. Has there ever been a woman that you've seen that has been diplomatic, period, like throughout life, that has been diplomatic throughout war? And war could be personal wars, it could be beefs in the hood. You know, I'm talking about microcosms that can lead up to something that can escalate to something bigger. Have you ever seen a woman that has been diplomatic?
War or peace? From a young girl to now, I'll say more so now. And as far as not without having to be pulled to the side to correct themselves. No.
By who? Who pulls y'all aside to
By
correct y'all?
depending on what it is, it could be one of us or one of y'all, a man, or it could be another lady who is, hey, come check yourself, or a gentleman has to pull them to the side. But for the most part, we do respond emotionally. And also, I want to add that a lot of our issues as women comes from the fact that we don't deal with our problems either. So we take our issues and our angers and frustrations out on everybody else. And on top of the fact that we already respond emotionally, that adds to it. So I also agree. I said this before that I don't think we should have a woman president. I said that a couple of years back. I said that, and I still say we shouldn't. And also, there's nothing wrong with women being in positions of leadership or working with the men in these positions, but I don't think we should have that complete realm of power.
Let's think about this. And I really want to go there because it's hard enough just to have a female supervisor. Women suffer when it comes to a female supervisor. There is no emotionally manipulating this woman if she sees that you have a physiological advantage over her. Boobs, titties, face, gets the attention of the guys more so than her. I have run into many of female supervisors that do not have diplomacy, that do not know how to manage men. They don't understand testosterone and how it works. They don't understand that we will argue, get loud, and that we're just fine. This is what we do, you know. What do you feel like in the small scheme of things as dealing with female supervisors? Have you ever dealt with one? Or have you ever been one?
I've also dealt, no, outside of training other people, but I've dealt with female supervisors. I've dealt with female supervisors. I've also dealt with coworkers who thought they were my supervisor. That were ladies, and yeah, they're terrible. They are terrible. I have had some wonderful lady supervisors, and they were older. They were older women. They had to be like older. They had to have lived life. And all the women supervisors that I had that were great were like in their 50s, maybe 60s. But them young supervisors, 20s, 30s, 40s, I wanted to drown. I ain't gonna lie, I did. And it's like, oh, I tell you what to do, I run you. You do what I say. And it doesn't matter what you think. You could do everything right. And she may have a issue. What's she saying? Yeah, Miss Briggs, she was one of my supervisors. She was the best. Oh my gosh. She was one of my favorite supervisors. And I ain't gonna say that. I'm trying to be unbiased because she is my godmother. She's a great supervisor, and she never ever brought anything personal in. If she had issues, and she's one of the people that I always said that you leave your work at work and you leave your home at home. And she is one of those people that always kept it separate. And that's one of the problems too. We tend to take our home issues to work, or our home issues to things we're doing, or our work issues home, and that causes problems every which way. We don't know how to separate that. But yeah, the from the first time I started working at 15,
Mm.
that supervisor was really dope because she was an older woman. But when I went to my next job, that supervisor was crazy, and she treated me
What
like
made her
I.
crazy?
She just was like crazy. She treated me like I was her slave.
Mm.
And the guys, oh, they got, they would get away with murder, quote unquote murder, and
Mm.
she would make me do their work sometimes. So yeah, she was a trip.
Wow. Well, back on the subject that's how men solve problems. World wars are started usually with fatherless men. May I say, um, dick envy, things like that. But we know war is just, it's inevitable with us. So that limits us, and it makes us give respect to the person in the wheelchair, the man in the wheelchair, all the way up to the 7'8", you know what I'm saying, human being. You don't judge a book by its cover with us. You just don't know how deadly this can get. Yeah, I think that forces us into a box, and that we have to be diplomatic in some of the strategies and how we move. The Art of War, Sun Tzu, amen. The 48 Laws of Power, amen. Some of the greatest books that have ever been have never been written by women. I've been searching far and wide for a book that has been written by a lady.
We write
Um,
books. We write spiritual books. We write encouraging books. We write books about. We do write business books, but for the most part, we do not write strategy and how to. Basically, we don't write strategy in order and diplomatic things. We do, they are political leaders that are ladies that write books, but for the most part, all of our uh, education wise or strategic things have been written by men because of one, you guys, the way you think. This is how you lead, this is what you do. So it's no shocker that you guys write those books. We write the more, and that's another thing. Our place as women, which we don't like to hear, we are actually the support. That's what we're supposed to do. We are the support. We are the comforters. We are the encouragers. We are the nurturers. This is what we're supposed to do. Not saying we're not smart. We are. We're also the teachers. But this is our position. And when it comes to men, we support you guys. And that's what we're supposed to do. And the problem comes in when we, as women, try to take the position of the man, or we've been put in a position where we have to take the position of the man, or we cause mass destruction to take that position. And then you get all the chaos. So a lot of the chaos occurs is because of us, our selfishness and greed. And this
this
is
is
where the divide is.
No, the divide comes from the very statement that you just made.
I think that's what it's about. That's what it is.
The position of a man should never be in any woman's vocabulary. There are no monuments, there are no houses that have been built from the ground up from a woman. There has
Nope. We deal with the inside.
There are nothing. There is nothing in this world that has shown us that y'all have built something from the ground up physically.
That's not our job.
And that sounds simple, but when you
I
make
know.
statements like the position of a man, you can never be a man.
Yeah, we can.
So why do you think that you're forced to be a man? You be a woman. And I always go back to the parable that I've been mentioning for the past goddamn, at least 8 years. That the great lions tigers, bears, are never raised by their fathers, but they somehow become these great human beings, right? I mean, well, beings, excuse me, to where they're dominant, they're protective, and they fight over women. Now, let's look at that aspect. The men come back to fight over ass and the right to reproduce. Let's go ahead and get it twisted. I mean, not twisted, but let's go ahead and get it started. In nature, the women raise men. Maybe a couple birds, humans, very few mammals, actually where the father takes part in raising the children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I'm finding is amongst human beings is that women are the cause of a lot of deaths. Just, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to trouble.
Oh, no, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Men will fight for your box. Men will fight for box. It's just one of those things. We'll go crazy over it. We'll kill over it. We'll do a lot of dumb things, right? Is there any instinct in a woman that maybe, just maybe, y'all may be the cause of a lot of problems?
Well, I don't think that's initially a thought, and some women never have that thought. And sometimes it takes for you to grow up and deal with your shit to realize that you full of shit, or you dealt with some bullshit and started some shit. But usually, no, that's not the first thought, that it's my fault or that I had a hand in this. And you have to be very mature, and you have to, like I said, deal with your stuff to realize that. Yeah, a lot of, like you said, we cause death. And I'm gonna speak on one. Somebody, his daughter called, and she was dealing with this guy, and she knew that he was abusive or whatever, but she kept going back. And she knew that if she called her father, he would run to do anything. So this particular time, the guy was in the house and they got to fight, and she called her dad. He rushed over there and he got shot. He was murdered that day, coming to protect his daughter, when all she had to do was leave the guy alone. A lot of decisions that we make, I'm not saying they all end in someone's death, but a lot of those decisions are our fault. We have to be accountable for the decisions we make, and the decisions that we make affect everyone around us. In this case, her dad was killed, and the gentleman you were just talking about, he was killed. I mean, it just, we really need to think more. We really need to think more and stop reacting, because we really don't think that we're putting someone else's life in danger.
Do women think of death more often than men do? How often do women discuss dying?
We probably don't until we get a certain age, or we have family that's older and they're sick and we have to take care of them. But I think about it. I've been thinking about it more for the past few years. But at first, I really didn't. I really didn't think about that. My main thing was, taking care of the family, taking care of the kids, making sure the bills are paid, da 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 da. But over the past few years, I have been thinking about me dying. And so, but it took years for me to get to that point. But a lot of people, a lot of women, especially, we do not think about death unless we've been in a situation where that was a possibility.
Well, as a black male, every day we think about dying. It could be being pulled over by a policeman. It could be baby mama drama. It could be, I can't afford to live anymore. It could be, our life expectancy is less than you ladies. We're seeing a decrease in it, and women are dying at 55 and things like that because y'all are doing y'all in too many supervisory positions very stressful, and you're
Yeah,
trying to
that's what I was
manage a
about to say.
home.
Yeah.
Right. And you're trying to manage a home. But I think that is the definitive difference between men and women, is that we know as men we don't have long. Max, I think the longest I've seen some men, if they move to the country and be single or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
I've
80,
seen a lot of married men live long. I got a lot of married
maybe
men in my family that are 80s,
maybe
70s
80,
age.
maybe 80, 75
And
max,
they
right?
still work in the field and all that stuff.
Right, and they mind their damn business.
Yep, they
Okay,
mind their business.
correct. Men who are into combat sports, things like that, we shorten our lifespans by like years. You know, and the only thing that we've been trying to find is peace. You know, that's the only thing that men have been trying to find. And for some reason, women, because y'all vent more, I guess y'all live longer. I don't know what it is about y'all. You know, I don't know. But that's the gist of that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say we also aren't the pressures of growing up. Women, of course, girls and boys are taught two separate ways, and there are a lot of pressures, of course, from birth to grown up that boys get that women don't get, that girls don't get. And so that adds to it too. We have more freedom as girls. We're able to just run around and go play in the rain, or we're able to just draw. Of course, the little boys are able to do that, but for the most part, you guys are you can't do that. You're not allowed to do this. You're restricted a lot, and so you always have to think about, is this okay? It's like you have a lot of second guessing. It's just the freedoms are different, and that removes from you. I mean, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, I want to move on because I had a subject that I gave bruh. We have film on it. Dallas protesters show up to a drag show for children. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Mister's in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids danced with the performers. What came with it were protests outside.
You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children. Shut up. I live in this community. I have for several years.
Daisy says she first saw a poster for this event near where she lives.
I don't believe that I should be seeing signs advertising for children to be dancing on stage with men in thongs and in inappropriate clothing and makeup.
The organizers say today was a family-friendly event with a safe environment separate from their normal operations. In a statement, they said, "We believe everyone should have a space to celebrate who they are. Mr. Mister's is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included."
I've been here like every night throughout the week.
AJ Cruz has worked at Mr. Mister's for about 2 years now. He said today's event allows people to express themselves.
There was a lot less people drinking today, so that would make it more kid-friendly just because there's so many people here. Everyone just came from all walks of life and, just enjoyed Pride.
Organizers said they've received threatening emails and phone calls from the protesters.
I do not in any way condone the behavior that these people are engaging in, but what drags me out here is it's kids now.
Dallas police said they went to the event and protest to assist with crowd control and cleared the scene once the event was over. In Dallas, I'm Jay Wallace.
All right.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
What do you feel like, Phoenix? Talk to me.
I don't understand why children are always pulled into these type of events. Pride is about celebrating your sexuality, what you choose to identify as, and who you choose to have sex with. Okay. Why are children involved in anything of that definition? Would it have been okay if there were women, not in drag, not men in drag, but women dressing inappropriate around the children. Would that have been okay if they were gay walking in there? Or is it just okay because they're men, it's men in drag? I don't understand. I just don't understand why it because they're not drinking is considered family friendly. I don't understand that.
Well, let's unpack this because this is where the motherly instinct comes in, right? So,
What
let's see
motherly
here.
instinct? Because their asses was in there too.
No. Let's go ahead and not get it twisted. This is the crazy thing about it. This is their statement, right? So we host our champagne drag brunch every Saturday at 2 p.m. for guests that are 21 plus, but we have partnered with some of our major community partners to host a special Pride drag brunch for all, keyword all guests, including guests that couldn't normally attend our regular show because of the drinking age restriction. To raise money for a local LGBTQ youth organization, we are more than happy to open our doors to celebrate Pride in a family-friendly, keyword, key phrase, family-friendly, safe environment. Separate from our normal operations. What is normal? Of 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Saturdays, because we believe that everyone should have a space to be able to celebrate who they are. Mr. Mister is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included. We had a group of protesters outside yelling homophobic threats, transphobic remarks, and vile accusations that was not on film, not on camera. Children, accusations of these children and parents. It is so sad to see that in 2022, there are people that still want to protest others celebrating. Now, I want y'all to listen to this. I want everybody out here who they are. In parentheses, who they are fucking. But our staff and wonderful officers helped keep us safe and kept the protesters at bay. Now, one of the key things that you said, Phoenix, was that Pride is about what again?
It is about who you're having sex with, who you choose to have sex with, and also who you or what you identify as.
Okay. That makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. So I have testicles. I wear a thong. Okay? I could wear a thong anytime I feel. If my balls drop out, if one of my nut sacks drop out,
If you
if
wear
both,
thong, they already out.
thank you. If they happen to fall out while I'm doing a fucking split, a air, whatever the fuck that is, a air, LBGTQ.
Airdrop.
Yeah, I don't even know how these dudes do it because your nuts is crushed immediately. These all gotta have baby balls. Like, how the fuck does this happen, right? But
They're tucked.
okay. Well, we went over that. Well, no, we didn't. I researched this. So, anyway, I'm going to come back to that because I researched this shit. This shit is weird. This shit gets really fucking uncomfortable after a while. But we have gay friends that are very conservative that would not agree with this, right? And I wish I could have them more, but 9 times out of 10, the LGBTQ doesn't speak about each other out loud. It's always hidden. They will talk to us as straight friends. They will talk to us behind closed doors. But out in the open, please have your fucking children around men who could be, and remember I mentioned this 5 or 6 years ago, that the perverts and the goddamn molesters was going to hide themselves amongst the LBGTQIT, IBM, whatever the fuck it is,
IA.
Apple Computer. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what the last numbers is, nigga. You can't have all the alphabet. I feel like Boozy right now, I need to smoke something and be like Boozy. I need to go ahead and
The
because
thing is, the problem is the children are included. No one has a problem with you as an adult who can make their own decisions, who can choose to do what they want to do, doing what you want to do. But why are you including children who does not even have, they can decide, but they can change their mind. Even we as adults can change our mind. But why are we, what is the guiding force? Why? Some things children should not see. Now, things online, they're being exposed through TV. They expose different things, but you can kind of have control of it as a parent to an extent. Because outside the house, things just happen outside the house. But you're going to go to an event that was planned, that you either had to get tickets for or look up to go, and take your children who should not be exposed to these things and wonder why people are protesting. They're not protesting you to do what you want to do. They're having a problem with the fact that you're exposing children to these behaviors when it comes to your sexuality and who you choose to consider yourself to be and who you choose to have sex with. Why do children need to be involved in these things?
That's a good question. Because these people and these groups of people, and I mentioned people hardcore, because you are a human being. You are not any different from anybody else. That they think that it's totally innocent to walk around in a thong with children. That is the sick part. That is the sickest part of all of this. And if I was to have a strip brunch, drag your kids to a strip club, and it's ass and titties everywhere, I would get murdered immediately. It would be the most perverse thing ever in the world, looking at the female form. But guys who are trying to simulate the female form are rewarded. They are congratulated. They are built up and supported by the goddamn government. I saw today at the executive building, right by the White House, literally feet from the White House, the rainbow flag underneath the goddamn American flag. When in the fuck did anybody deserve a flag more so than just regular ass Aborigines and people that have been killed for this fucking nation? But no, the LGBTQIT, IBM, LMNOPs, they get every goddamn thing. It is exhausting.
And people really need to sit and think about why. They really need to think about why. If people do research, they need to go and look under these different legislations and what is being passed under the LGBTQ umbrella. There's a lot of things under there that has been snuck in, which is why it's as celebrated as it is, because there's nothing wrong with being who you are. You can be who you are. It's who you are. If this is what you want to be, fine.
That's not who they are.
No,
it's who
this
they
is
like
who
to
they
fuck.
be.
Let's stop.
Well,
no, because this is where I get into it at. This is where I get into it at. Stop saying that's who the fuck you are. Who you are is a funny person.
Mm-hmm.
Who you are is a great human being.
Right.
Not how much dick you can suck or take. does not make you a great fucking human being. You are not.
Well, the reason why
It does not make you who you are.
I know it doesn't.
No,
but
let's
there
fucking
are-
say it.
Okay.
No, let's go there. Let's get it.
Your sexuality does not make you who you are. That is just what you do. But there are, as far as people who identify, because there are people in the LGBTQ community that are not sexually active, which is why I said that. But you're right. This is not who you are. It is your sexual preference and what you identify as. But why is it such of importance for celebration? What is it's this is all a cover for a lot of things. This is what I was getting at. And people need to really pay attention and see what it is. All the gay men and women from back in the day, you knew they were gay. You had gay uncles, gay aunts, gay cousins.
Come on now. Hold on. Hit a pause. Hit a pause button real quick. Keep that thought. Keep that thought. Remember your sentence where you left off at. How many black folks looked at their cousins and was like, yeah, he different. She different. And we don't never judge. But they make it about toxic masculinity when the black community of all communities have been so acceptable from church to state. Continue, my bad.
That's okay, because I was going that way. I was going that way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You never saw them be out there. You knew they were gay, but did they have to march and say they were gay? Or did they have their own clubs? Or did they do what they had to do at home? Or did they, you knew they were gay? Why is it now that you have to do all of this? You being gay, straight, queer, lesbian, whatever, does not solve the other issues that are going on within yourself or within our society. None of that solves anything. Why does it have to be a movement? What are you moving? You're not moving anything. Why do you need legislation for your sexuality? Why does, I don't understand. And it's nothing, like, we know so many people in that community. So the fact that we know all these people, we love these people, they're trying to figure out what's the hoopla about when you can do whatever you want to do behind closed doors. If you want to go outside and do it, fine. If you want to be adventurous, that's your business. But why does the government have to be involved in it? What's really going on? And just like you said, the pedophiles, or maybe let me call it something else, because every time we use certain words, the ophiles, the people hiding under that umbrella to do things to children, to other people, men, women, whoever you identify yourself as, and then you want to say, I need help. But this is when you leave the door cracked for things, people bust them wide open. You have to be careful. And nobody's thinking about the consequences of what we are accepting. We love you as who you are. Like Mo said, you're a person. We love you for who you are. What you do in your bedroom is your business. But when there's children involved, and when there are people who manipulate the system to go and get what they want because they have a sickness or they choose to do what they want to do, that's where the problem lies.
So here we are. 2022. You saw the film. You looked at it just now, right? You saw the footage that bruh just posted. Did any of those kids look comfortable?
The one walking was hunched over. He looked like he didn't look happy. He looked like his mom was like, go do it. He did not, he looked uncomfortable. And that's who I was watching. I'm like, why he look so dark? Why does he have this darkness over him? It's just weird. She's sitting with the baby. The baby don't have a choice. She's got to be where mama at. I mean, it's just, let the children be who they want to be. Let them go play. Let them color. Let them read. Do something. Why do they have to be in that environment? It just doesn't make sense.
Correct. Now, let me put this in perspective for everybody out there in the LGBTQ, IBM, IT, Apple network. I'm gonna do a chant real quick, and I'm gonna see if y'all really like this. And this is forever. This is going to forever be in the ether. and I'm gonna say a chant, and I want y'all to do it with me in support. I love pussy. I love pussy. I love pussy. I love. Do it with me. Do it with me. See? Don't seem the same, right? It doesn't. It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't ring the same. If they were to chant exactly what they like sexually, it would be perverse. But they hide behind their umbrella. And of course, y'all, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, real quick, before we digress?
Yeah, I couldn't chant that with you. I mean, I love mine.
See? But see, that's feminism. See, feminism is I love my pussy. But I love pussy. I love pussy.
That's not feminism.
I love it.
It's
every
mine.
time I go around all gay friends, I'ma scream, I love pussy.
Hey,
I'ma
Trisha.
scream, I love pussy. I love pussy. That is the same equivalent, literally, that I am announcing my sexuality to the world. But it would be frowned upon, and it would look like I am being a toxic male if I was to do this openly. But there is nothing about, now they always say that they're openly gay or they're openly trans or they're openly queer and all this stuff. I don't even know what the fuck queer means. I guess that's the in-between. That's like purgatory. But you have to, I want y'all to shout to the heavens. I want y'all to shout to the heavens when you're out there on your parade what you love sexually, and see how perverse this sounds. Because they don't announce it, it seems harmless, but it's not. It's not. And it's affecting our fucking children. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Hey, Sharon. Hey, shout out to Sharon. Shout out to Sharon.
She was very
she loves
very
penis.
Clean in her her chanting. I like it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. You know, it's yeah. We're gonna beat a dead horse or Olympic.
Yeah, and Patricia.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was saying, and Patricia, that it was just that simple. I'm just trying to simplify it. When you wear a flag and or something that has to state your sexuality, that's pronouncing it just the way I just said it. It's no different from Trump saying I grab him by the you know what I'm saying? So it's a chant. And I want everybody out here, it really is that simple. It really is that simple. And this is the problem that I have, is that it's that fucking simple. You like to eat ass. I don't chant, I like to eat ass. I like it. Like, no. You don't have to do that in front of your children, and you won't allow me to say that in front of your kids. That's how simple it is. You know, the people out there, I'm black and I'm proud. Why do we yell that? You see, I'm black. Oh, the fuck.
We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that.
All right, yeah, we gotta go.
We ain't got time for that.
Oh,
you guys, we have a special announcement that yeah, but our rights are totally different, Trisha, but we ain't got time for that. We have a special announcement. The Both Sides of the Coin podcast will now be live bi-weekly. We are choosing to do that, you know, because we want to make sure we're able to give you guys good content, good conversation. And so we're going to be coming every other Wednesday now. We have to talk about the time because I'm not sure if we're going to go a little longer since we're going to be skipping weeks. But we will be here. We won't be here next Wednesday, but we will be here the following Wednesday at 8 o'clock. You have to say, Mo.
Naturally, of course, you can find me at all platforms at GIMO, G.I.MOE. Naturally, every other Wednesday now with the Phoenix. And of course, tomorrow, the big show.
Well, it's the big show. Okay.
Yeah, the no filter. You heard me? And naturally, we thank you, everybody that chimed in, everybody that has an opinion. I love your opinions. We love your opinions, and you are not offensive. And please believe we respect you as the human being that you are.
Yep. Check us out tomorrow. Also, go to redvisioncinema.com. There are all our podcasts, our movies, all our challenges, and everything on redvisioncinema.com. We have a website, y'all. Check us out. And we also are going to bring more content to you guys. So keep watching, keep tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. And tune in tomorrow.
And of course, this has been
Both sides of the coin, baby.